Yes, so guys, and welcome back to a brand new HMS news video. Today we're going to be talking about the possibility of seeing KTM create a super engine, is how it has been deemed by their rival teams, the likes of Honda, Yamaha, Ducati and Suzuki, who obviously do not have any concessions, or KTM, you know, they don't have any concessions anymore either, obviously losing it after the the Styrian GP weekend, with Miguel Oliveira taking the win and Pol Espargaro getting on the podium. So they lost their concessions, which obviously allowed them, you know, to have a couple more engines, do more testing and bridge the gap to the top guys. And obviously they've lost them concessions, but they're still going to have the ability to make a brand new engine for next season, or open up the engines they already have and tweak them, upgrade them, you know, do whatever they want with the engine practically, whereas rival teams have all their engines frozen for next season. So it's all a bit interesting. Obviously, a load of the teams agreed to freezing the engines to keep the costs down a little bit due to COVID-19 and all that kind of stuff. You know, just keep the prices down a little bit and freeze the engines. But obviously, teams with concessions, they can still, you know, switch their stuff about. And although it is a little bit of a weird situation because KTM don't have concessions anymore, but since they did have it this year and they're going into next season without them, they're allowed to move, well, to do stuff with their engine, you know, tweak it, or like I said, totally make a brand new one. They could totally scrap the engine they have currently and just make a totally brand new thing for next year to see how it goes. But it is all very interesting. It's understandable, obviously, why rival teams would put up a complaint, because, you know, KTM, they don't have concessions anymore, so it doesn't make sense that they can, you know, tweak their engine or make a brand new engine or whatever, whereas their rivals can't. So it's a bit understandable, obviously, for the frustration of the likes of Yamaha, Honda, Suzuki and obviously Ducati. KTM, obviously, they won't be complaining. Also, they're going to get a chance to modify their engine, which is already pretty decent enough anyway. I mean, if you look at the 2020 KTM engine, it is pretty competitive in a straight line speed. It's pretty quick through the speed traps, and it's a decent engine overall. You know, it's pretty competitive. You know, maybe one of the best ones out on the grid this year. It really does work well, and obviously with the ability for them to make it even better for next season, whereas all the rivals are going to be pretty much on pause for a year in terms of engine development. You know, it's going to make it very interesting. Obviously, KTM could indeed, if they obviously, you know, if they've done a good job, they could indeed make this super engine like the rivals deemed it, and they could indeed, you know, bridge a gap or pull back a little bit of a gap that they might have to the likes of, you know, Ducati or Honda, for example. And yeah, you know, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, not too long to wait, I guess. I mean, for next season, I mean, also, we've got a shorter MotoGP 2020 calendar. The races are coming quite rapid, and it's all very exciting. And I feel like KTM, there was already going to be a team to look out for next season anyway, because the bike for this season is already pretty competitive. You know, the new chassis, the new aero, the engine, you know, everything works really well. Obviously, Danny Pedrosa helping them out massively, doing testing in the background. But obviously now we're going to get to see them with a probably, you would have thought, a different engine compared to the one they have now, where it might be the similar philosophy, but it should be better, you would have thought, as all teams do usually progress. And it's going to be interesting to see, you know, where they end up next season, seeing as their rivals obviously will not be really able to do any sort of development in the engine side of things. So it's all going to be very interesting. I definitely feel like KTM are going to be a pretty strong team next season. You know, they're already pretty competitive anyway, but I feel like next season they might just take, you know, that extra step forward and really become a strong force in MotoGP. And it's going to be interesting, obviously, to see Brad Binder and Miguel Oliveira on board the factory bike, with Danilo Petrucci in the Tech 3, obviously. And we're still waiting for the other seat. not too sure who could get that. Obviously, Lecuona's going pretty well at the moment, so they could just re-sign him. I guess it would be probably the safest option to do. But yeah, guys, make sure to leave it down in the comments. What do you think about the whole entire situation? Do you think we'll see KTM make a massive step forward next season, or do you think you know, they won't really progress that much? Do you think it'll just be similar to this year? What's your thoughts? Make sure to leave it down in the comments down below. Leave a like and subscribe for more content as always, and I'll see you with some brand new videos very soon.